Continuing our reading in Ragweed and Poppy by Avi, today is Chapter 6, A Pile of Rocks. Are we getting there? Are we close? Asked Lotar 5 different times in 5 different ways as he trotted along behind Ragweed. I'm getting tired. Can we take a rest? I'm hungry. When can I eat? How long will it be before my mama finds me? Can I take a nap? Can't you go slower? Ragweed, refusing to answer any of Lotar's questions, trudged on, constantly standing on his rear toes in search of the pile of rocks. All he saw were endless trees, tall grasses, and yellow dandelions, no boulders. These rocks better be somewhere soon, he grumbled. What did you say? Asked Lotar. Nothing, said Ragweed. Please find Mama, said Lotar. I'm getting tired. I really need a nap. Keep coming, Ragweed shouted. The two continued to plod on through the forest. As they went along, the young raccoon kept stopping to pick a flower or snatch up a bug or carefully examine a leaf, while constantly asking Ragweed about what he found. Ragweed returned short, blunt answers. Do you have to pick up everything you see? Ragweed asked. Only the pretty things, said Lotar as he carefully plucked up a snail and offered it to Ragweed. I got this for you. Ragweed shook off the grit and kept moving forward, feeling increasingly discouraged. What am I going to do? He asked himself. If I can't find his mother? But it was not long after that Ragweed spied a heap of gray boulders piled up one on top of another. He stopped, standing up on his hind legs as tall as he could. He stared at it, hoping it was what he was looking for, Lotar's home. At the lowest level, there was a dark hole. That seemed promising. Hey, pal, he called back to Lotar. Is that it? Your home? Lotar stood up and looked. Yes, he cried. That's it, my house, Mama, he shouted. I stopped being lost. You found me. He rushed forward. Ragweed stepped out of his way. A huge raccoon, big, bulky, and powerful looking, burst out from within the rocks. 4 feet long, her white whiskers were bristling, her rump was high, and her striped tail was thrashing about furiously while her black eyes glittered with anger. As she emerged, she gave a loud growl, her wide-open mouth showing many sharp teeth, in particular 2 fangs. Terrified, Ragweed shrank down. Lotar, however, rushed right up to the big raccoon and hugged her front leg. Mama! He cried. It's me, Lotar! I got hungry, but you were asleep, so I went away all on my own, and then I fell into a gully and got on what is called a train, and the train went very fast, but a very smart ragweed mouse found me some food, and I was brave, so I jumped off the train and ran right up a gully, and we went through the forest where a grumpy old porcupine told us which way to go, but he dropped a pine cone seed on my head, except it didn't hurt me, and so we came here, and here I am, and this ragweed is my best friend in the whole world. He took me. Took you? Cried the mama raccoon. Where were you? Were you kidnapped? What does kidnap mean? Asked Lotar. Someone took you. Oh yes, my best friend here took me. What kind of a friend is that? Demanded the mother raccoon, glaring furiously at Ragweed. He said he was a ragweed mouse. Did I make a mistake? Was I supposed to eat him? Ragweed, trying to make himself as small as possible, had crouched down. Cautiously, he stood up and allowed the big raccoon to see him. He waved a paw and offered a friendly smile. Nice to meet you, ma'am, he said. Lotar's mother peered at him. This tiny mouse took you? He did, said Lotar. He really did. He's my best friend forever. He's not a friend if he took you, cried the large raccoon, and she rushed toward Ragweed. Ragweed didn't know which way to go. "Take my boy, will you?" cried the raccoon, and opened her mouth wide. "No!" cried Ragweed, hastily backing up. "You don't understand what happened. He was totally lost on the train. I was, trying to help him, so I took him here, to you, his mama, to you." You have no right to take him anywhere," snarled the raccoon. "You can take yourself somewhere else, thank you." With that, the big raccoon reached down and, using one of her paws, gathered up Ragweed in her claws and with all her strength flung the mouse as far away as she could. At the same time, she let forth an angry, loud growl. As Ragweed flew through the air, he heard Lotar cry, "Mouse! Mouse, come back here! Don't worry! You're my best friend forever! I'll come and find you! I will! I promise I will!" And that's the end of chapter 6.